Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading all knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. 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 Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody? We are back in the building. Liteskin Lou here. And this young lady to my left is the lovely, lovely Kiki. We have very, very special guests in the building. But before we move along, I got to thank our last guest, my guy, Juan Marshall, for stopping by and dropping that knowledge. Also, I want to thank you guys for your support, your unlimited support. So come through the door, hitting that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And now let me introduce our next guest. This guy is a pro prospect in the super featherweight division, where he's the current NBA champion, 13-1, 6 KO, straight out of Augusta, Georgia. He is none other than Fernando El Terrible Bunch.
Going on.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That's right. Is that fireworks in the background? Hey, I gotta get that, champ. I'm gonna have to hit you up after the show to find out, man. Once again, welcome to the show. Me and Kiki has been talking about this all day. We met you down in Atlanta City at the weigh-ins. Yeah, man. And we linked up, we talked, we took pictures, and eventually, we said we're gonna get you on the show, and boom. Guess what, Fernando? The time has come, champ. Oh man, beautiful.
The man with the business cards. The first boxer we've ever met with business cards. We loved it.
Oh man, that's Kiki. I'm glad you brought that up. That really, like, man, I passed him my card. He said, "Wait a minute, champ. I got something for you too." And in my mind, I'm thinking, you got to think, Fernando, we've done this to hundreds of boxers, and I've never seen a card come back to me.
Wow. Wow.
So, and Kiki, I told Kiki, she was like, "For real?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "You know what? I like him already, man."
I love that. No, I wish I could take all the credit, but that was to my lady. My lady, shout out. I call her Nay Baby the Boss Lady, because that's
right.
Guess what, Fernando? Trust me, this lady to my left, she's the same way. Everything you see on the channel with the cards, with the QR codes and all that stuff. Hold up, let me see right here. Look, I ain't doing nothing like this.
She tell you, make sure you keep it close too. Don't get caught with that, right?
Right, man. Me leaving out the house without business cards is like signing my death certificate when it comes to Kiki. Man.
I keep
yes, love them. Look, so if y'all are professional boxers, y'all need to get y'all some of those cards
with the QR code.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Right. So now that we've got that all out the way, man, me and Kiki, I don't know what her table looked like, but I know what my table looked like. I got a whole lot of questions because you are a very interesting young man, and we are dying to get into this. So let's just start out by telling everybody a little bit about yourself and how you put those boxing gloves on.
Yes. Well, my name is Fernando El Terrible Bunch. Straight out of Augusta. Of course, I'm a military brat, so I landed there. Both parents, Army veterans or retirees, and where my father, he's like, he's a third-degree black belt. You would call him Bruce Leroy from back in the day. And so, of course, he raised me straight out, you know, he had me in Taekwondo. And make a long story short, you know, how I could say I was a sore loser. I was a sore loser when I was a kid. And the reason why I say it is because I was very good at Taekwondo, but I just loved to punch. So, of course, in Taekwondo, they want you to kick more, of course, and they only want but so much contact. And so you will get disqualified when you hit too hard. So to say that is the reason why I was a sore loser, because even though breaks off of them, I'm getting disqualified. So I had to beg my father, like I had to beg my father, I had to beg my mother, in which like they let me experience all the sports. But then once I realized boxing, I met my best friend Matthew Diaz, in which he was coming to school every day, well, every weekend, every Monday. He was coming to school with like a trophy, a medal, but like a busted lip or a black eye. And I was like, I like that. I want one, you know, and I would say I realized there wasn't no seasons. That was one of the biggest things. I hated seasons. I hated being able to play and then have to wait the whole year around and come back. And we started boxing. I said that was what, 6th grade, 7th grade, and I've been going ever since.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because you was playing football, but you said you wasn't growing.
Right. Yes. Yes. I was like 80 pounds. I was little. Like my dad thought I wasn't gonna grow. So like I was good in football too. I was. But then once I got in middle school and I saw how big those guys were, I was like, oh, this ain't my way. I could go around, you know, with my weight, and yep, we went from there.
Oh man, you know what? I love the stories, man. Kiki, we do our research, and just listening to your stories, man. I'm like, I can't wait to drop the ink on this young fella, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, my next question to you is, okay, you play football, right? What position did you play, and what player was your guy?
So I played fullback and running back, and I played linebacker. And so my favorite, because it's kind of throwback now. Wow. But yeah, my favorite player was Barry Sanders. Because I used to think, like, you remember when they used to say that he was spraying stuff on his jersey because he was like, I thought that was me. And then like, because my name is Fernando Bunch, I love fullback, FB. So I just thought that was for me. Like I was like, oh, that's my position. And so I like was Mike Allstar. He played for the Buccaneers.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Number 40, right? With the shoulder, the brace joint. Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, I'm gonna be big like that. So
yeah. Hey, look, it's funny how the size never come. You know, you be thinking about it.
Oh, I had that mentality. You can, and it's so funny because how I could say, I'll never forget my older brother. Like I'm a baby of 4, so I have 4 brothers. So
okay,
you can imagine the household that we grew in. And then on top of that, I was already the smallest. And where my brother was like, I'll never forget. We had a conversation because I was kind of afraid of the contact, and where my brother was just like, y'all both got passed on. Like that's like he looked like y'all both got passed on. So you know, it ain't gonna hurt you that bad. And I don't know why, but that stuck with me. So like on my team, even though I was the smallest, I was known as the most fearless because I would be the first one to go into you remember what it's called, Bulldog in the Pen, or you know when you say I was the first one.
That's what made me a basketball player.
Yeah. Basketball wasn't for me. Football and soccer. Like
that's what's up, man. But yeah, now we're gonna change it a little bit. Let's talk about your boxing amateur career. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'll say I close to 100, if I'm not mistaken, either like right under more or less of 100 bouts, and where my amateur career was mainly a majority of them was club bouts, and it was mainly right before 9/11. Well, yeah, right around 9/11 actually, where my coach, he actually had got deployed to Afghanistan. So before then, we were fighting every weekend. We were going like the Southeast coast. So like that's actually how I was able to meet the Peterson brothers, because DC was in our region. So you know, I fought in the silver gloves. state regionals. I didn't get to go to the nationals. However, DC would always come down to Augusta when we had our regional tournament, as well as the classics. I won the Georgia Golden Gloves a number of times. I won the regional Golden Gloves for a number of nationals in '08, in which how I could say once I actually got older and I fought in the I fought open. That's when I did fight in a couple of I fought in the Olympic trials actually, in which those were like that was when really just get my feet wet as far as fighting without the headgear. And then like after that, I was like, you know what? I think I'd rather do this than not fighting for free. But that's literally I had to, I would say, learn the game. I really had to learn the sport, learn in the amateurs. I learned how to lose first, then learn how to win. As far as just knowing how to push myself and really like put myself out there, exposing myself to different looks and different areas, so that I could be able to compete.
Okay. I think I saw that you fought one of our guys, Elijah Pierce, in the amateurs.
Yep. That was
WBC silver champion.
Yep. I'm thinking that was my last fight, and we fought.
Okay.
I believe in Philly.
Okay.
Philly. Sure did. Yep.
Yeah, and he's in Georgia as well.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's our guy, man. He comes through every once in a while. We interviewed him as well, man.
Yeah, talented.
Yes.
I can definitely say with that fight, if I recall, we were going tit for tat, and where his name used to be, y'all might know his name used to be Sweet Pea. And
okay.
I'm gonna write that down. I ain't know that.
Yeah, drop a little jewel, but because now he's the wolf.
He's the wolf. Yes.
Much respect to that man, because I recall him like coming in and where he was younger, because he's actually a little bit younger than me, and where at the time I was like training myself, and I didn't have like the knowledge that I have today, where he had very good. That's one thing you'll know as far as even like with fighters from DC when you know like their coaches and you know what type of like background their coaches got, is like, oh, they might know a little bit more, or they you might have to really dig in your bag, because they got a toolbox. And I do recall where he had a toolbox, and where we was going tit for tat, and it was a crazy thing. He may recall this too. However, initially they announced the fight, right? They announced the fight. They said I won, and where deep down you know when you didn't win the fight. Just like prime example with this last fight, when you won and you have no question, but then when you really didn't win, you may have just got gifted. And I remember that. I remember where I was like, this was tough. It probably could have went either way, but Nando, you might didn't get this. And they're like, 5 minutes later, they were like, oh, we overturned this decision. This wasn't right. And I was like, dang, man, they gave me a gift and took it back. But just to be real, you know what I'm saying? Because, boxing is the last sport that you can lie yourself in. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Like, boxing always tells the truth. And that's anyone that knows me knows I always preach that, and I practice what I preach. So, like, yeah, you can say you've been running, you can say you've been training, but we'll find out once you get in that ring. And that was one of those times where it was like, nah, that wasn't it, Nando. Hey, all right, hey, we're going to take it. We're going to take that lesson, and we're going to proceed. And, going ever since.
Real quick, I just thought I heard you say something. Did you say you was training yourself?
Yeah, I was. Because during the time my coach had left, he was still in Iraq, and how I could say, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a solid coach. Like, I literally went to the Olympic trials on my own. Like, on my own. And where even like my first 4 professional fights, you can probably look it up, where I was wrapping my own hands. I had a manager at the time where, like, I knew that he wasn't a coach, so I knew I needed to get my opponents out in the first round, because it wasn't no coming back to the corner. He wasn't gonna be able to help me as well as I needed. Things like
That's
that.
smart.
Yeah, I literally had to get it out the mud.
Wow.
Yeah, good question, Kiki. I didn't catch that. Like,
I heard when he said that, and I was like, wait a minute, you was coaching yourself, training yourself, Lord.
I do not advise anybody to do that. I do not, but I had to do what I had to do.
You was in a position where you had to do what you had to do.
Literally.
Yeah, and that's like you said, you don't play boxing. You play basketball, soccer, football. You don't play boxing. You bet when you come in that ring, you better be all the way 100.
You better.
And that's one thing I respect. So my next question for you is your toughest opponent in the amateurs.
Oh, man, this is funny. Wow, y'all asking some questions. But for one, I'm never lied to myself, so I'm not gonna disrespect you guys and lie to y'all. I would say, and maybe because it was new water. It was new water. But my toughest opponent was doggone Rolly. I fought Rolly. That was my first.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was my first open fight, like without headgear, and it was tough because I just never been hit like that before, and when I was outboxing him, cause like his skills is not it's not the prettiest, but yeah, that he I don't want to say what type of kid power that he had.
I already know you already got to say.
I honestly say I was like, oh, so this is how we hitting that without the headgears, okay, and it was tough. And like, yeah, that was it.
I did not know that. Thank you for I'm writing all this stuff down, man.
Just say that.
Fernando, what would you say was your biggest accomplishment when you was in the amateurs? Your biggest accomplishment or most memorable moment? Did you have one?
Oh, let me see. It was actually a number of them, because it was the small wins that counted for me. Like, as far as, like, I remember like a club bout. I remember I lost to this one guy, and then the next following week we fought, and I beat him, and it was literally because of a tactics, like strategy change, or my very first win. Like, I know I lost like my first 2 amateur fights. Like, there's a couple guys that that I work with when I come home now, and like where they had to experience like their first fights like being losses, and I had to tell them like, listen, man, like, yeah, you see where I'm at now, but I've been to where you at. You know what I mean? Like, I lost my first 2 amateur fights too, and I recall where I had to make that decision where, all right, am I really gonna work hard before these fights? And I remember when like my third fight, like my first win, and it was a stoppage. When I won the regional silver gloves, I made it to the regional silver gloves. I won it, and due to like parent situations and things like that, I didn't get I just didn't get to go to to the nationals because of that. But that was my biggest accomplishment, because in that region, fighting DC, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, it was a hard region. So you really did something when you got out of that region. So it was like those things, to be completely honest, as far as in the amateurs.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, I know I was following my brothers, man, when it was going on, and man, just getting to the regionals, you had to bring your A game every night, and that's why I respect, like, basketball, football was my thing, Fernando.
Yeah.
But it was when I started to embrace my brother's journey is where I had a newfound respect. First of all, y'all got to go through so much. Y'all can't eat what y'all want to eat, and y'all just got to go through so much.
Yeah.
Basketball players, football players, man, they can eat out, eat steak, all that stuff, go to the game. Y'all can't do that. So that's why I have a level of respect for you guys, even the amateurs and the pros. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I respect your amateur career, even though you didn't have a lengthy amateur career. But the fact is, you was there, you put in work, and that's what we respect. So
absolutely,
I'm gonna kind of put the amateurs behind us, and we're gonna talk about this transition to the pros with this 8-ounce gloves and the weight cut. Walk the people through that whole experience.
Yeah, it was a big difference for me, because I had a different style, in which, like, as my professional career, like, I'm still like learning on the job, So like as I could say, I came in where my favorite fighters was like Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto. So left hook to the body was my thing, and coming straight in, moving my head, boom, getting under, things like that was my thing. But I never did have like the smoothness and and the like I would say, like in the pizzazz, like it's so smooth was one of the things I've been learning now. So like in the amateurs, I loved it because I could be a brute. Basically, I could be a brute, and I could and which that's kind of the easiest way when it comes to boxing, but then it's not the safest because with them 8-ounce gloves, it don't take much. It don't take much at all, and which you only take that one little shot and you can get hurt. So I learned that it didn't take me long to learn that, but then I learned that like this ain't even a sport no more. This is almost like organized crime right here with these. You know, like I knew that like I was dangerous, but I was also in danger too. So it was like a culture shock.
Yeah. So you were just saying earlier how you was training yourself at first. You know, your coach, I think, was in Afghanistan. You said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then fast forward a little bit. I think you might have been like 8 fights in. Can you tell us how the relationship came about, and how the legendary former world champion Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. started being your coach and training you? How did that come about?
Absolutely. First, I always give it like it was the God. You know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't God, like I don't know how else because I can't say it was me. However, one thing I do know is that I was at the point where I was 8-0. I knew that the competition was going up. I knew that that it wasn't gonna the fights weren't going to get any easier. And so I knew that okay, I got to make a change here. You know, where even when fighting in the state of Georgia, they only letting you fight, but so low, so different of a competition. So you got to step it up even if you want to continue to fight at home. And so at that point, to make a long story short, but it's just crazy how it happened. Um, my daughter was born on May the 6th. May the 6th. Excuse me, May the 7th. Oh Lord, don't get me in trouble.
Don't get that wrong, champ.
Right, I know that's right. But yeah, May the 7th, 2018, right? And where during that time, a few months before then, one of my old teammates, his name was Roxburgh Riley. We call him Patrick. He was getting ready to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? On ESPN. So like you can even look this up and where you'll be able to see when Shakur fought Patrick Riley and show like Roxburgh. But I knew I did not have a coach at that time, but I knew during that time there wasn't a lot of like tall, lanky fighters at that weight in the state of Georgia. And I'm not a southpaw, but I was like, this could get me in a position where I need to start watching some YouTube videos, and I'm gonna call his coach because me and his coach, he used to train me when I lived in Atlanta. I used to go to Kennesaw State University, and so I called him. I was like, listen, I was like, man, I know y'all ain't got nobody that can imitate Shakur. I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably can't do it the best, but I can look like him. And so I'm in shape. That's one thing I knew for a fact. I was like, I can be in shape regardless. So he was like, all right, come on, we give you a spot to stay at and everything, and you can come down for the week. So I was like, bet. So I get down there and we get to sparring with Patrick. Where oh man, it was a coach. I cannot. His name don't come back to me, but it was a coach that was working from New York. They used to work with Mike Tyson. He was actually working with a fighter named James Wilkins. Crunch time. He crazy. He crazy as hell, but that's my dog. I have to always. That's why I forgive me. That's why I always make sure I name drop. Because these are important people that did come my journey, and where I don't catch amnesia. However, he came down too, and where he was coming down to spar with Pat, and where at that point we were sparring with Pat. However, how I could say, we were in shape, and where we'd give him his rounds, but we also needed our rounds too. So they allowed me and Crunch Time to spar each other for the rest of the days within the camp, and where just like with any boxer, just like you would know, when you beating the hell out of each other day after day after day, you begin to develop a relationship, and so we can become friends. We become friends. We became cool, and where he was just like, yo, man, I train with Roy, and I don't have a lot of people in my weight class that I could train with, And so he was like, man, you great work, man. I would love for you to come down. So I was like, listen, I'm gonna hold you to your word to that. I would love to train with Roy. I ain't got no coach. I just came out here on the limb, right? So a couple months down the road, he gets down there. He tells me, listen, come down on May the 7th. Come down on May the 7th and stay down here, you can train. So May the 7th come, I got my car packed. I'm getting ready to go.
Ready to go.
I get the phone call. My daughter's on the way. So, FaceTime kicking, so I literally had to FaceTime crunch and coach and be like, listen, I promise y'all I'm coming, but I'm at the hospital right now. My daughter is on the way. Please, can I come? Like, can we just postpone it a little bit? So, I didn't want to be a deadbeat. So I gave it at least 30 days. So,
hey, look, that's a beautiful thing. You don't want to miss that, champ. Trust me.
Get that day. And so, yeah, June the 7th, I came out and I trained. I came to the farm, stayed out there. Roy took a liking to me. He saw a whole lot of wrong stuff I was doing, so he was able to correct it. And he told me straight up, like I told him, I was like, listen, I don't have no coach. I got a fight lined up right now, but I want to continue to learn. So he told me, he was like, all right, after this fight, don't take no more fights. I'm gonna get you fights moving forward. And he been working with me ever since. Then 6 months, he had got me my first, not my first manager, but he had got me another a management deal, and we've been rolling ever since.
So you've been with Roy Jones since 2019 or 2018?
2018, yes, ma'am.
Wow,
man,
okay.
That's how I remember. But looking at my daughter's age, 5, and she
you always have that to go to. Yes,
exactly.
Yes, yeah, man. I when I seen this, seen the story, man, I was just like, damn, I couldn't even imagine being able to be trained by, like Kiki said, legendary former world champ, Hall of Famer. Hey, look, Fernando, this stuff just don't land in your lap like this.
Nah,
right.
no coincidence neither.
Right.
No happens. So that's why I give it to God. I do.
That's right. So walk the people through that first experience when you realized, okay, I came down here and I finally came down after a month after my daughter was born.
Right.
And I came down here and Roy Jones agreed to train me, man. Walk the people through, because I ain't gonna lie. They probably had to been clear. I probably would have passed out, Joe. So walk the people through that experience when you guys finally locked in.
It was surreal. It was surreal because I've been working so hard and I was making so many sacrifices, So it kind of showed me, it kind of gave me that confirmation, that stamp, oh, you are doing what you supposed to do. I read a lot, right? So one of my favorite books was it's The Secret, and where in The Secret, where my main man, we always say, we were just talking on the phone about this, where I believe thoughts become things, and where I always was thinking this, man, he gonna become my coach, I'll write stuff down, and where when it came to reality, it was see, I told you, I knew it, yeah, I knew it. So I was just I was so happy. I was so grateful. And where it's been nothing but motivation, because at that point, it just put a target on my back. And where, you only can imagine when you got Roy Jones Jr., 9-time world champion, legend, Hall of Famer behind, that's backing you, it don't matter who's across that ring. You're going to get the best version of them. Period. You never can take nobody lightly. Every single day you come in the gym, there's someone new. It's somebody that wants to take your spot. So it's you don't have days where you could just be off. You got to be on point. And where I knew that from the first time I was coming in there, because I was that guy. I saw who was on the squad. I was like, okay, I got to get him. And of course, especially when it's time to spar, you want to put on a spectacular performance, and you're the recipient of it. So it was surreal.
Lou, that's your sister's favorite book as well, by the way.
What?
Wow.
Secret. Yep.
Who, Keisha?
Yep. His sister's my best friend. That's her favorite book too. He talks about it all the time.
I didn't read it a few times.
I actually have it over here, but I haven't read it yet.
Wow.
But I have it.
You got to read that book. It's a good book. And, I'm not the biggest on books that are transferred to movies.
Okay.
But I would definitely say when it comes to The Secret, that is one book that has like the movie, and you can literally like go word for word, page by page with the movie.
Wow.
Okay.
It's not like something completely different where you like, what in the world? So, but
I'm
that
gonna
is,
read it, and when I do, I'm gonna let you know.
it changed my life. Like
That's the same exact thing she said.
I wrote down, right. I wrote down.
Wow.
I said I'm gonna be working for this job. I'm gonna be working for this job by this date. Now,
Yeah.
guess how long I've been working for this job so far? 10 years. That was 10 years ago. Then I said I'll get my dream car. You know what my dream car was? BMW.
BMW.
And you get. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
There you go.
it happens. That book was something real. I even wrote on there, I'll be a professional fighter. And
Oh my goodness.
3 years later, I had got it. I had turned pro January 30th, 2016. So
Wow. Yeah, she said the same thing. It changed her life. She
yeah,
said that book changed her life. It changed her way of thinking. It helped her with a lot of stuff. She said the same thing.
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And that's what I bought the book for. And then my book ain't never read
You
it.
ain't look, you ain't never read it, but you got a reason to read it now.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna read it. Yeah, it's over there.
Yep, it's a quick, take long at all. It's not. It's like a bunch of articles. You know what I'm saying, from like different people. So it's an easy read. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Look a
I'm
big
gonna check it out.
Kiki, look a big male. He said, let me
Yeah, he said,
add
let me add that book to my collection.
Yeah, man. Special shout out to my co-workers, man. We got E Supreme, Sarge, Tiffany, Mel, all my co-workers
Yeah,
in
all
the
your
building,
coworkers
man.
in here today.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. So Mel, you got to add Ways of a Superior Man as well. I'm the worst when it comes to authors, so I'm sorry if I ain't getting y'all the authors, but Ways of a Superior Man is a good book as well. But
Okay. That's not for me. That's for y'all. Okay.
the art of seduction for you.
Which one?
The art of seduction.
Okay, the art of seduction. I'm writing this
But
down.
that's the art of war, because the art of seduction ain't nothing but feminine warfare. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's
I'm,
warfare.
Oh my God, you
Yeah,
gonna give her
and
ammunition,
I think I
man.
know somebody that read the art of war too.
art of war is masculine warfare. So it's
Okay.
in side. So yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna check it
Man,
out. The
you
act
gonna
of
get Kiki
the
some
art of seduction.
ammunition
And
against
look,
me,
and I'm
man.
gonna
I'm
give
sorry.
Oh
y'all
my
two secrets.
God, man.
No,
What he
read
say?
it too. That's why you gotta read it too. Cause see, I read both. See, then it kind of puts you ahead of game, and you kind of already kind of can peep some
I
stuff.
can see it coming. You know what? I like that.
Yes,
Now,
indeed.
yeah, she won't be able to. Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
combat that. We gonna both read it. That's right. How
it's
about
long.
that?
Now. It's long, but hey, I'm telling you, it's gonna put you at another level.
Oh, Juan Marshall said, sorry for coming in late. What's up, everybody?
What's
And look,
up,
you got
Juan?
everybody now trying to get these books.
Yeah. Oh man.
They're gonna get these books. Oh, Mel said he gotta put his reading glasses on.
Yeah, but
He gotta put his George Foreman glasses on,
And
man.
look,
oh man.
DJ Styles, he dropped in and he dropped us another super chat for $20. We thank you. And he said he read The Secret a while ago too. He said it definitely changed the way he thought about things.
Wow. I
That's his
like
book,
that, man.
then.
Yes.
Okay, now back to boxing.
No doubt, definitely.
But I'm gonna make sure I read the book. I have a habit though, I'm not gonna lie, of seeing books that I want to read and buying them and then I don't read them.
Got you.
But
Understand.
they're interesting and I'm like, oh, I want to read these. And I get them a lot of times. I get it to support people though too as well. And then I don't read it. I gotta stop doing that though. I need to do that. I need to read.
Though. I try to read it. I try to, like, I'm still in school too, so it's like,
Oh, okay.
I try to get a book in every few months, but then now with school it kind of slowed me down a bit. So
Okay. What you studying?
IT.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Look
you
like
want to do the IT and the boxing?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Look like we got a family member in here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna fight ever. So gotta make sure I have the backdrop ready.
Yeah. Timothy Bunch, awesome, enjoying this 100. Very proud of this young man, my son. Oh, your dad's in here.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, special shout out to your dad, man. That's what's up, man.
What up, Pop?
Oh, and this a guy, DJ Styles, that said he read the book. He said he's in IT too. Get with him.
Oh, word, no doubt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
my man, DJ Style. That's my dog, right? We used to play ball. We used to do it, man. We used to joan on each other, play
Yeah,
ball, and all. That's my dog, man.
I dig that. Yeah, I swear. I see. That's why you only see like 7 weeks now, man. I be about ready to pull my hair out with these classes. So,
Wow, man, that's awesome. I didn't know you was in school too. That's good. That's
yes,
very good. I love that. I love that.
yes, indeed.
Yeah. So let's fast forward to 2022. You won the NBA America's Super Featherweight title against Juan Carlos Pina. Now he was 32-6. I
Yes,
think like 32-6. And at that time, you was only like 10 or 11 fights in.
yep, yes,
And
indeed.
you knocked him out, I think, in what, the first or second round?
Second round, I believe. Yes, ma'am.
Second round
Damn.
knockout to get that title. What was that like?
It was amazing. It was amazing because it was something I knew that I could do that a lot of people didn't expect, and where the reason why I knew it was because of the challenges and the endeavors, like I would say, the adversity that Coach Roy put me through in camp. You know, like Coach put me through some wars with a lot of great fighters. Where that I'm the type of fighter that I my confidence comes by experience. If I go through that fire and I'm still standing when the smoke clears, oh, you can't tell. Oh, let's go, let's run it. And so, like you can see, where it was a couple of opponents before that fight where, so, like the promoters didn't believe I really wanted to fight them. And we're not saying they just had the greatest record, but I had to manage myself, so I wanted to make sure that although I didn't have like the solid manager that was able to like put it
Mm-hmm.
for myself, I wanted to make it look like even though it was me, And so at that point, when I saw that opportunity, and I was like, you know what, man, coaches had me fight somebody that fought for a world championship, and I knocked him out in training in the gym.
Mhm.
If I do that, I can definitely get this guy. And man, I had the support. I had the support to be able to make it happen. And where the fight wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I boxed. I got caught with a shot, but I was prepared to be able to end it right there and then. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean,
4-2 under fire.
yeah, yeah, and like you said, people had it set where they thought you was gonna lose,
Yeah.
and go in there and win. That's really something.
Oh
I know
yeah.
that was exciting.
Oh yeah. It was. It was. I mean, I love. I remember that day like it was yesterday. So it was.
Yeah, congratulations on that, Damien. That's our guy, Damien Gonzalez.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
That's
Yeah, that's our
yeah,
guy, man.
Right there. Like, shout out to my pops, because my pops went and picked him up from the airport, made sure he was straight and everything. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
a
We
lot of
had him on the show a couple of months ago. We actually had met him out in Philly or Pennsylvania when
Allentown.
we went to
Yep.
some
oh
fights
yo,
out there. That's how we
Yep.
met him. Mhm.
word. That's what's up.
Very nice guy.
Yes indeed. Yes
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah. So when you won the title, I also noticed, I think Roy is an alumni of the NBA as well. So what is it like? You went in the same belt that he had as well, your coach.
History. That was like history to me, where it was just like, wow, like how I can say you can't get too excited, because it's like that's not all I want. I don't want to be done right there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was just like, yeah, I can celebrate, but do I rather celebrate or do I rather elevate? You
Yeah,
know,
I like that. I like that.
that's really where it was at, and where it just kind of it makes it a little difficult sometimes because of the
Mhm.
business side of it, and where as the stakes get higher, as the numbers get higher, when you get a belt, and now it's kind of hard to kind of put everything on your prepare to fight. So, and that's one of the things I had to experience. However, it was just amazing, because I know that's something that like no one can ever take away from me. You know what I'm saying? Where like from that fight, if I'm not mistaken, I had just come off of surgery. Like I had fought a lot of like a lot of adversities. That's one thing that I'm like been known for, like in the background, that a lot of people didn't know about, that I had experienced before fights and still able to come out on top. So it means a lot to me.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it's a beautiful thing, man. Just we 30 minutes in, and I'm excited, man, because
Yeah,
man, I love hearing the stories. Every fighter, just think,
yes,
Kiki, every fighter has their own story and journey.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's
yes.
why we do, because we like at the movie theater, we like A-listers with popcorn sitting right there at the front, just
yeah,
enjoying everything. So
yes,
earlier you said, when you got with Roy Jones, Hall of Fame boxing, as your trainer now, you
yes,
said you were doing a lot of things wrong, right?
yes, sir.
So my question to you is, what are some of the things that you improved on since being under his tutelage?
It was a number of things. So I could definitely say, well, all right, this is one thing that Roy, one of the first things he had told me. He was like, and it sounds crazy because this is what we do, box. But he was like, all you think about is hitting. And I feel like yes, we're boxing, but like you in there, you're in there like eye for an eye. Where he's like, nah, we I know I want you to be tactful in there. I want you to be strategic. I want you setting things up where like you're in control. Because me growing up, my coach was from Puerto Rico, straight out in New York, where it was like we listened to Big Pun and coming in. I'm deep. I'm like twin cover, deep twins. I'm coming in there. I'm off with his head. Like, hey, let's go. Where he was like, nah, you ain't got to like. That's how you have a short career. You know what I mean? And so that was one thing, as well as like just like honestly fundamentals. It was just like every coach have their different ways of coaching, and every coach have their different fundamentals, which doesn't mean that they're right and doesn't mean that they're always wrong. But when you got a rap sheet of going through the Olympics like Roy, and then having that type of career, then going through the pros
Yep.
and type of career, then doing something that hasn't been done over 100 years, jumping from middleweight to heavyweight, and still doing the same fundamentals. Which one you gonna go with? And where those fundamentals that he has and that he teaches, the skills that I had coming in was like the recipe to be annihilated by these skills. So of course, you know how they say don't be dumb. So of course I wanted to make sure I learned what he was teaching, and I had to embrace it. I did. It took me some time too. Like still to this day, like it's not easy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mike Sermonero's in here. He said that you are Fernando. He said you're a winner naming the classics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Man, my man Big Mike in the building, Mike Serenero, that's my guy.
Oh man. Let me ask you, okay, so you said you was in school, which I just found that part out. But as far as and you're a father and you're boxing, so would you say how do you balance a fatherhood, school, boxing? I'm thinking it's probably extremely hard for you.
I'm a bad man. It's not easy. I got two daughters, two beautiful daughters. I got a 12-year-old and a 5-year-old. And on top of that, school. And then on top of that, boxing, trying to be the best boxer, the greatest boxer. Then, of course, bills I do every day. I mean, I do every month, but kids got to
Yes.
eat, of course. And where um, I don't believe in, one thing I always say, I don't believe in letting life be an excuse. You understand me? Like I don't, because everybody can say, "Oh, I'm going through a lot right now." I am too. You know what I mean? It, the person down the street is too. So
Right.
with that, I refuse. Like to the point where sometimes I'd be like, "All right, Nando, you got to be kind of human." You know what I mean? Like some of the things I just experienced, I had to realize, "All right, Nando, like everybody can't go through this." And then also, if it was anybody else, they may have quit a long time ago. So I'm extremely grateful for my upbringing. Like my father, I never seen my father like make excuses. I never seen my brothers like start like feel sorry for themselves. You know what I mean? I was raised by real men, so with being that, I have no excuse.
Mhm. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that's true right there. Key, look, this dude Melvin, that's my bodyguard. That's my work bodyguard right there. What do you
Yeah.
say, Kiki? Put that on there. Put that up there.
He said, I'm assuming you're an ATL fan. Please say the Cowboys suck.
Hey, now he's such a Bama, Joe. How you gonna come? How you gonna come to my front door with this stuff, man? Come on, man.
Oh man,
Look.
I don't want him to hate me because yeah, I'm from I'm from Augusta, Georgia. But man, I ain't the biggest on football. But my girl, she loves Atlanta. So and my mother, she loves Atlanta, but she's like a big Bama fan, like for the college football team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a boxing head and a soccer head. Like they I don't know. I think I just learned about Prize Picks, so that's the only reason why I watched the Super Bowl this year. So,
Okay. He's
yeah.
a Commanders fan and Lou is a Cowboys fan. So that's why he didn't want you to say Cowboys.
But no, I ain't never been the biggest fan of them though. Anyway, I ain't like their uniforms.
Yeah, the chat is booming, man. Junior Wright, my man, Junior in the building. Now, I want to stay in that moment with the family, Kiki. That was a nice touch. I watched on your Instagram when you took the family, I guess, to Disney World.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? Because you was sitting there, man. I just seen you had that Chuck E. Cheese smile on your face, man. What was that experience like?
That was the most expensive weekend I ever had in my life. But it was great. It was. I had a major shout out to my woman, Nay Baby, because she introduced me to some things I didn't think that I could do, and where not only did like it was something I was able to allow my kids to experience, but we was able to like bring our blended family in together, you know what I mean, and experience that where it was awesome. They loved it. It was like how I could say we do so much of traveling. We do so much of traveling, like let alone with boxing. So of course, when I get the opportunity to travel and not have to take my boxing bag, I'm kind of excited. But then on top of that, these babies, they getting older, they be getting jealous, they be feeling some type of ways, So I don't even want to go further than that. But with that, it's like to be able to like let them know that hey, y'all going too, and we had all our shirts matching. Of course, and I'm super proud because then I can walk around with my shoulders high, like when we go in the barbershop, I'll be like, hey, have you took your kids to Disney? Hey, man, we went to all four parks. You know what I mean? Like, I like that's a stunt. You understand me?
That's all right.
Everybody can't say they did that.
Yeah, I've never been. I mean, I don't have kids, but I've never been.
Oh man, it's an experience. It is. I did. I enjoyed it. I did because they enjoyed it. So yeah, it was something.
She said Disney was not that bad.
Yeah. You know who that is?
Is that Nay Baby?
That's her. That's Nay Baby.
Hey, Nay Baby.
What's up? How you doing, young lady? Oh man, it wasn't that bad.
So let me ask you, when it's time to go in the ring and you're backstage, what's the feeling like for you when you're about to hit the ring? Do you have anxiety, or are you hyped up, pumped up, listening? Are you ready?
Absolutely. Just like how I told you guys a bit earlier, it's like Six Flags. I'm waiting on that long line, and now I'm finally at the top. I'm finally at the top of the line, and now all we gotta wait is for them to go and let us get on the ride and buckle up and let's go. And where as far as like the anxiety, I'd be one misleading lying individual if I would say that those nerves don't kick in. Mm-hmm. However, one thing that I never forget that one of my teammates named Martin Murray, he told me a long time ago. I would ask him like, bro, like, what do you do not to get nervous, like to eliminate nervousness? And where it sticks with me to this day, cause I still do it, is where I write down a list of everything I'm working on. And then of course I may not can keep that list with me physically, but I got it up here. So then as soon as those nerves start kicking in, that's automatically go to that list. This is what I'm gonna be working on. And it's specifically what I'm gonna be working on. So then while I'm worrying about that, the nerves, they going in the back, they going back there somewhere. So they're not so boom, right on the top of my head. So that's how I really try my best to manage them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. That was a good question, Kiki, because every fighter has their own way of dealing with whether it's anxiety or nervousness. all of that stuff matters. Like I like your setup because I would imagine if I was a fighter, I probably adopt that same mentality. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying? Yeah.
definitely.
So I wanna go back to Roy Jones. I watch on your Instagram, of course, because we like the FBI. Me and Kiki like the new CIA, FBI. We go through your page. We're gonna know more about you than anybody else or
Oh,
whatever. Yeah.
definitely.
So I watched the joint when you was with Roy when he was on his pay-per-view fight. I forget who he fought, but you guys was right there. Now I'm imagining that
Cat-
Fernando was taking in all that environment because even though it was, you wasn't in the ring, but you took in the environment. What was that experience like?
Wow. Oh man, the entire experience was amazing, to be honest, because like it was out of nowhere. Because I mean, not as far as like the amount of time, but like just to know that coach is fighting again, and then having that opportunity to watch how he like prepared, and not only prepare but then execute, and where wow, it was surreal. Another surreal moment. Then not only being able to witness it, but be right by his side, like from everything, where it kind of showed me where how like don't allow a lot of things to be an excuse. It showed me how wow, I can do this for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then how I could say, like, man, it was like he did a lot of it made me realize that he ain't human. I was just telling him this the other day. I was like, Coach, you ain't human. Like you're age so because man, 54 years old and probably a little more. Let me make sure my number's straight. But he'll have some flip flops on and get on the speed bag and smoke everybody. Right? Understand? So like even like oh man, even on the mid work, he's so sharp. Like this man is still to this day so sharp. You start questioning yourself sometimes because you're like, man, like, am I doing the right thing? This man, this okay, he been doing this for that long, but then you gotta realize what we talking about. Like, this is the reason why he's great. Like, it just showed as far as okay, this is why I need to be doing this, and I only can imagine how he was when he was my age doing this. And so it was amazing, and that was out there in Milwaukee. They took great care of us, and I enjoyed it. I really did.
That's good. That sounds like a good time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I,
Even
I watched that joint, man. I was like, damn, he looked like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese for the first time, man.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
Uh, so,
Even the
so when
world was crazy.
you said it was crazy.
It was because like I'm used to like traveling so many places with him and with
Hmm.
the fighters, and where of course he's getting all the
Hmm.
because you're like who he is, but then this is that time when he's fighting as well. So it was just like it was like a change at the table, where
Hmm.
And you
like
probably never thought you would be traveling with him for him to fight.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So when we met you, in January, up in Atlantic City for your fight. Um, you were fighting, I think his name was Rashad Bolger or something like that. And at the you were 13-0. I know you didn't get the decision that you wanted. You were undefeated. It was a split decision win. So what I wanted to ask you is, what did you learn from that fight? That you want to take with you when you do fight again?
The biggest lesson I learned from that fight was not getting hit doesn't get you points. And because yes, like even the commentators, even everyone in my family, everyone watched that fight, and that's why I don't like go on social media trying to like fight a case, right?
Mhm,
One thing my father always told me was don't use so much energy to prove a point, right? So
mhm,
ultimately at that point, that's why I was like, you know what? Everyone who saw that fight knows the truth, and who did know well. I don't have to prove a case, but at the end of the day, you gonna like feel sorry for yourself or continue to play the blame game or look at what you could have did better, right? And so what I looked at was the lesson that I took from that fight was okay, yes, my jab hand, my front hand was I was that's what wanted me to fight. However, one thing, as well as not getting hit, that's what I thought. That's why I've always been under the impression that boxing is. However, even with other fights after my fight, we can see where the judging is changing, in which you can't be anyone to blame. You should just, like how we were saying, what champions do, adjust. And so with that fight, I learned, okay, even though that was my first fight back after a year and a half, was to attack more, to attack more, even though like I had my particular reasons why I didn't attack as much as I could have. However, I felt like I didn't sacrifice any unnecessary shots, as well as I didn't feel like I lost the fight. But I know what to do moving forward so that never happened again. And at that point, yeah, I had to, take it on the chin and let's keep it moving. Like, this is what we in it for.
That's right. The long haul, man. You take a loss and you just keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? You don't make excuses, like you said. And I like that, because what you're saying is, look, I took this L, but I'm not going to let it discourage me. I'm not going to try to fight it. They said I lost, and that's what we're going to roll with. And we're going to continue to move on and just get better. I guess my question would be, do you feel like the 15 to 16-month layoff, do you think that affected your performance the way you didn't get the victory?
I do a bit, because at that point, like, how I could say, like, I was beating with my left hand, I was beating with my jab, and where I could have attacked more, and where one of the reasons why I feel like I didn't attack as much is because it was like, me not being in there. It wasn't that I was like gun shy or hesitant, but I was like, okay, with this working, I'm gonna keep working with this instead of let me go in there and get more. Where I may have had the wrong mentality as well, as far as like how I could say, like not to go in there as far as with the eye for an eye, but also going there like, okay, Fernando, like, I may have had it misconstrued where, like, yeah, even though I was on the A side, I was in his backyard, I was in his hometown, where and where also one of the things that I've learned is, yeah, when you got a coach like Roy Jones Jr. in your corner, they expect, like, for you to do other things or more things as such, where not just enough is going to get you. Because even when you look at the score, like, I felt like the fight, even like the commentators even said, I didn't feel like it was that competitive for them to even have it as a split decision. And where, like, when I got cut, they marked it as a punch when it was a headbutt. But those are little things that, yeah, we can sing this song all day long, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, right back in the gym, and hey, I've been back in camp. Like, literally, my house is not a hotel, I promise.
Yeah. I've been seeing you training ever since then. But like you said, it's not that you make an excuse or anything or say, about the layoff. But a lot of times I feel like with fighters, those layoffs do take a toll on the fighter sometimes, or it's hard, getting back in that ring. It's like kind of like almost like ring rust, I guess, if that's what it's called.
That's a good word.
Absolutely. Getting used to getting 8-ounce gloves again, getting used to cutting that weight again. You got over a year and a half, I had to drop back down to, and then I fought at a different weight class, and then of course they didn't come under weight. It's so many different other things, right?
Oh, so you didn't even fight your weight when you fought him. Oh,
yeah, remember I told you that's why it wasn't sanctioned by the NBA,
yeah,
right?
I didn't remember. I just knew a lot of different people were saying different things about different people's weight, so I didn't even realize it.
Okay. Right. I remember that's the first thing he told me. He was like, he's not fighting at his normal weight class. That's one of the first things we talked about when we met him at the weigh-in.
Okay. Yep, sure did. Okay. And hey, that's why every day, of course, it haunts me, because like I'm like, what? And then at that, I fought many harder fights, and that a lot of people have seen, and harder opponents as well. So when I seen this, like, it's like you took my lunch, like you just took my lunch. And I love gummies, so you just took my gummies from me too.
Yeah, I was watching the podcast, man, and it's funny because I like snacks too. So when I saw that clip, I said, he reminded me of myself. Like, I can't stay away from the gummies and just the snacks and stuff, man. I gotta tell you, Fernando, look, I did boxing when I was younger. I think I was like 9 or 10, and I was in it. We was jogging, doing everything. Fernando, when they told me that I had to be at a certain weight and that I wasn't gonna be able to eat cupcakes and shit in the middle of the night, I was done. I was like, I was like, no, I said, I can't do this sport. So I truly understand, man. The discipline that you show as boxers show to be successful. I take my hat off to y'all, man. That's truly a hard thing to do. Something that I probably could never do. Kiki will tell you that. Like I wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and be like a zombie going to get a cupcake or a donut from the refrigerator, Joe.
I believe it.
And he does. You hear something rattling. I'm like, what is that? And he in the kitchen getting some food. It's 2 or 3 in the morning. He done got out of bed to go get some food.
Sound about right, because I'm the same way. When I can, that's why I gotta stay at camp. Cause I would be a full fat kid. Like I sometimes I can't. I'll run an extra mile just so I can get me a piece of cheesecake. So
nothing wrong with that. I wanted to ask you one last question. I had saw on the interview because I just wanted to, if you could explain it more, I guess. But I had saw on one of your interviews, you were saying, okay, so when you were 13 and 0, on the interview you had mentioned something that you were really 14 and 0, but
right.
It's not written that way. So what can you explain that? Please, if you don't mind, if you can go into it.
Absolutely. I fought in Mexico. It was my first fight with Roy. And where I had to show him that, hey, I'm willing to go to the belly of the beast. So he knew what type of fighter he had, And where we went to San Pedro Cholula, Mexico. I'll never forget. And where I remember he sent me the opponent and they had me as the main event. And I remember getting out there, and when we got on the scale, the guy, he weighed like a whole bunch of pounds heavier for one, but he didn't even look like the same guy that they sent me. And then from the weigh-in to the next night, fight, he looked like the same guy from this, so I didn't know who I was fighting. Like I outboxed him. I fought smart. They had me on the news and everything out there in Mexico, and where they loved me, like. Oh man, like they was throwing babies at me and everything. Like it was a great experience, especially for the first fight with Roy, of course, and like my first international fight at that. And where then I had to go out there by myself, and then like he met me out there. So like experience all the way around. But then the promoter, God rest his soul, I think he was an architect or something, and he literally like passed away like I guess a few days after the fight, and. That's what I was told, and the information never got like I guess submitted to the commission, and like I reached out to the commission. I was able to send them like so much of documentation, like showing
to build up for the fight and just I
even sent them footage, and they never did give it to me. So
wow,
that's
crazy. So you're supposed to be 14 and 1 now.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be 15 and 0.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, 15 and 0.
Sorry,
Look, we was there, champ. We was there.
You know what I'm saying? Like even after that fight, like I was saying earlier, when you really got beat. Like any fighter, they know when you got beat. You know when you lost. Not even one question, even between the time from when they took my gloves off to the refs to the announcement, like. Not one moment did I feel like I lost that fight. Not one moment did I even felt like I really made it that close. And where to the hands that be, that's apparently what happened. So all I can do is, like I haven't really like talked much about it, to be completely honest, because like I don't even go and box for it, because it's like I'm like, man, if anything, like I should have got like I don't know. I try not to do it.
It is what it is, man. Look, we just gonna say you 14 and 1. That's how we gonna announce it. It's probably gonna never get on Box Rec, because that's just what it is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's a victory that you got, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Right. So if y'all just getting in here, man, first of all, hit that like button. Fernando, they be coming in here looking.
Yeah.
They be in here like this, looking, but they never hit the like button. So, man, hit that like button, man. If y'all new to the channel, if y'all in here for the first time, just go right over there and hit that subscribe button, hit all. That way you're tapped into the channel. Very seldom do we get young guys like Fernando Bunch to come in here and tell us his life story, man. Only thing that's missing from this interview, Kiki, is the popcorn. We forgot to get the popcorn because it's so many stories, man. One thing I wanted to ask you, Fernando, and I got it right here, and it was right in my face, and I'm just getting old. I couldn't see it. When Roy first had you chase them damn chickens, what was going on through your mind?
Oh man, like I was like, whoa, like it was another culture shock because I would consider myself a city boy, but then I've been in the country a bit, but out here is the country. This is the country for real. And so like wow, I remember I had to learn how to grab them. I had to learn how to make sure I held them. I had to get over the fear of them not pecking me. And oh yeah, it was an experience because like out here in Pensacola, it gets hot, and where sometimes he would tell you that he'd be like, "Come here, I need you to go grab." Like sometimes it's training, but then sometimes he just needs you to go get these stags, right? And so he's like, "I got 6 stags I need you to grab." Like before practice, coach, he's like, "Yep," and out there running. Some of them are in like a big old field, so they don't have. It's not like you can really like corner them
in. Yeah, you got to chase the wild into the open area.
That gets even harder. Then of course, then it becomes a game. It becomes fun because then you want to time yourself, and where like chickens get tired than humans quicker than humans. But if you ain't in shape, you're gonna get tired first. So you want to get hands on them, and then it really does build like agility and like because you got to be quick on your feet, and they like this. So you got they will juke you out if you let them. But chickens are very smart too. Just seeing how they their mentality of fighting like feigning and
they be trying to juke you and everything.
Literally.
Oh man, that's one of the questions I want to ask because when I seen the video you posted on your page, Roy was like, "Yeah, my man Fernando about to chase these chickens," and I just was curious of. I've never had a fighter on the show. Yeah,
I was.
Did Rocky do that too?
Yes, yep. Rocky did it. Yep. Okay. And that's what Roy said. That we about to go Rocky style.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And it's crazy because then you got some turkeys that are the complete opposite. The turkeys are the aggressive ones, so they're coming right at you, trying to peck you. So it's like you start treating them like you're a chicken. You start fang.
Didn't one of them peck your car or something? I think I heard you say one of them they was pecking your car or something.
Hood up on my other car. But yeah, they'll peck your car, man. They'll peck you if you let them. Like it's definitely an experience.
Does it hurt?
For the chickens, yeah, especially if they hit you with the little thing that they got on the back. Oh yeah, that hurts. But the turkeys is not so bad unless they like really pull their neck back and just crack you. But yeah.
Oh no!
Kiki like this. She'd be calling 911.
Yeah, you got to be bobbing and weaving with.
No. But I guess it's probably a good tactic though to use.
Yeah, it is. It's agility. You got to they run in and you got to chase them. And like you said, open field, you can't corner them, so you got to go and get them.
Literally, you got to. And then they're gonna start. They're not about to stop. So yeah, they'll get a little tired. That just means they slow down a little bit, but they still. I can't make this up.
Oh man!
So before we get you out of here, I know Lou gonna give you your flowers and stuff. Can you tell the people where they can find you at if they want to follow your journey and keeping up to date with things that you got going on and stuff like that?
Absolutely. My Instagram is Nando El Terrible, which is Nando Nando El Terrible Terrible, and Facebook Fernando Bunch, in which as far as my fan page is Fernando El Terrible Bunch, in which holla at me, and yeah, definitely get used to followers, and where we steady grinding, waiting for that announcement date. So you just definitely stay tuned, of course.
And so, how do you say your name, Fernando? How do you say El what?
El Terrible.
El Terrible.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my God.
the terrible.
We kept saying El Terrible.
It's,
I'm not even gonna tell you, and you know
it
what?
may cool.
Hey Kiki, I'm just gonna plead the fifth on that one. That's what I thought it
Oh
was. And
gosh.
please forgive
And
me
we
at the
kept
beginning of
saying,
the
I
show.
know that's not right.
I tore that up. And you know what? You learn something new every day. I'm gonna get the pronunciation on it because I got a feeling that next time you're gonna be on the show again, and the next time I'm gonna get it right. You learn something new every day.
Absolutely. It's first of many.
That's right. So I got one more question. One more question. In 2 to 3 years, right? Where do you see yourself in the sport of boxing?
Oh man, and in 2 to 3 years, definitely already like beyond that door of championship status, of course. As far as yes, and like in the 130 range, yeah, around the 130 range in the championships, it's championship status, and then basically at 2 to 3 years, I would say. Yeah, and then getting ready to, close that curtain eventually. Like, I don't want to be doing this for forever, of course, and which that's why one thing I try my best not to do is take much damage, take much punishment. Just like even the last fight, not taking them really any punishment. And where just like stamping my foot stamp as far as in the sport of boxing and in this game that we have, it's a crazy thing to love, so you got to be crazy to be in it for one, and where that's why I salute anyone that challenges themselves to be in it and to do it, of course, because you definitely have to be fully committed. It's like a religion, like you got to give it your all, and so that's where I see myself at, and from my hard work being, showing that just do.
That's right. That's right. Like I said before, if y'all just getting in here, we closing the show, y'all. Hit that like button on y'all way out. Fernando, every time me and Kiki get somebody on the show, we always give them flowers because we always say tomorrow ain't promised to you. January, I think it was 13th, 2024, we met you
Yes,
at
sir.
the weigh-ins. Danny Garcia and Joe Frazier Jr., they threw a fight, and you were there. You was weighing in, and we met you. Nothing but great things, man. Young man had a business card. That really blew me away, man. I ain't gonna lie, that blew me away. A young fighter had a business card. I passed you a business card, and you came over the top with yours. That's a beautiful thing, man. Family man, just a stand-up guy. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Continue to be great. Thank you for taking the interview. And if there's anything that the Live with Liteskin Lou show can do for you, merch, anything, when you get your fight date or whatever, you announce it, send it to Kiki, and we'll make sure that it's put out there the proper way so people can show up and see my guy. Put the gloves on and go and get it. Fernando, thank you for taking the interview. Man, I'm not even going to attempt to on that. I need some work on it. So I was getting ready to try. I said, you know what? I'm not even going to do it. I had to catch myself. I need to go back and phonics and put that pronunciate together. But no, Fernando Bunch, man, thank you for taking the interview. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all together, put your hands together, put that cheeseburger and beers down, and y'all give it up for my guy, Fernando Bunch, straight out of Augusta, Georgia, man.
It means a lot to me. I can't thank y'all enough, man. I truly appreciate it. I thank you guys for even having me in mind and reaching back out to me. Cause I was just like, man, like I was like, even just after that fight, I was like, dang, man, I don't even know if I'm, they're gonna even want to.
Oh no, we
no.
We don't care about that.
We don't care. All we care about is the young guys being able to tell their story, advertise them, and it's no charge, man. We just love what you guys do. Like you said, I felt like you won the fight. I felt like you edged it out, and that's what it is. You win some, you lose some. Everybody's always trying to say, well, Floyd 50-0, and if you lose a fight, then it's over. That's not the key. We've had people on the show who's lost and came back and won it back. So that's the thing, man. So continued success, man. If you need anything, hit us up, and we just a phone call away. So light skinned brothers, man. When you call us, we answer on the first ring, Joe.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna leave you on read or none of that. We're gonna answer right back, man. But thank you for taking the interview, man. And we look forward to seeing you in the future, champ.
Can you say the name one more time?
Fernando El Terrible Bunch.
See, I can't do it.
That's gonna be that look. You notice I was trying to say it, but then I said, you know what? I ain't about to trip up again. I'm gonna wait for the next time.
El Terrible?
Yeah, you got it. You got a little bit. You got to roll the R's, but then when you got like caught back there, you just say terrible.
I think I'm gonna need some tea when I do that, John. I ain't gonna be able to do
We're gonna be practicing all weekend long.
A little bit.
So hold up, Kiki. Remember we said we was gonna do this? I forgot the last couple of weeks. Now, Fernando, I got my index cards right here, right? Because Kiki, she got me all professional and everything, and I got your name right here. Is there anything special that you want me to put beside your name? Because 15, 20 years down the line, when I archive this, we'll be able to come back and look. What do you want me to put beside your name?
Thoughts become things.
I like that. That's
we gotta remember to start doing that. We keep forgetting.
I keep forgetting. Like 3 times. Guess what? I got that right here.
That remind me of
Fernando Bunch. That's right.
Word. You know how you was in the yearbook, like then they had you had to write something.
Yes.
You know what? That might was. I think. I remember. See, like in the yearbook for school, there was "Dream as you live forever, live as you die tomorrow." That's what I remember. I did write in the yearbook.
Wow.
Thoughts become things.
That's right. And those thoughts that we had in Atlanta City, it became a thing. It became a thing. Tonight, we got you on the show. We interviewed you. We got interview number 1 in the books. I think it's going to be episode 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I look forward to a young fella. Thank you. Go rest up, man. And we will see you in the future, champ.
And I'm going to read that book.
No doubt. You got to holler at me. Let me know what you think.
I will.
I thank y'all big time. You guys are doing great, phenomenal.
Thank you.
Well, watching y'all. So no doubt. I just got to start signing in so then I can be liking as well. So
thank you. And we really appreciate you again taking the interview. Thank you so much.
Always.
Yeah,
that's right, champ. We see you later, man.
And see you, Nate, baby, if you're still in here.
That's right.
Watching. Y'all have a good one now.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye. That was good.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Once again, y'all give it up for Fernando Bunch. I'm not even going to attempt to do the nickname.
Terebe or something. I can't do.
Look, I ain't even gonna do it. Special shout out to his father, Timothy Bunch.
Yes,
he's in
thank
here.
You so much.
Thank you. We met your son down in Atlanta City, and very nice young man. Normally, me and Kiki, we have a thing where we don't mess with fighters when they getting ready to weigh in, because they all they want is a meal. They like, if you ain't bringing me no meal,
they focus and they hungry.
That's right. But it was just something about that young man, and I start talking to him, and we just linked up and changed information, and boom, today the show is here. So Timothy,
very impressed with that business card. That was the real big thing. Like when you came and packed, because I think I was in the restroom when you went and said something to him.
Yes, you
when
was.
I came back out, you was like, "Here, put this in your purse." And I was like, I was like, wow, like never seen a boxer with a business card. I like that. That was real cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
And then when we found out we was getting him on the show a couple of weeks ago, the thing that stood out to me the most wasn't about boxing. It was about life. How he embraced his family. Being at Disney World and amusement park with his kids and having that Chuck E. Cheese smile. That stands out to me. So great job, young man. We look forward to getting you back on the show. And I love what he said. Thoughts become things.
Reality, right? Is that what he said?
Nah,
Is that what he said?
thoughts become things.
Okay, thoughts become things. And that's true, because your thoughts become the things that you know, basically whatever you say comes the thing. So yeah, I like that.
That's
that was
right.
good. Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that interview. His dad said, Timothy Bunch said, "Thank you both very much. He needs a lot of support. He is real about his career." Yeah, you could tell.
That's right. That's right. If he need anything, he just hit us up, and we make sure that it get posted. You know, everybody always looking for the fighters that's in the mainstream. Me and Kiki, we don't discriminate. If you got a story and you got a journey, we're gonna embrace it, and we're gonna put you right here in this little square right here, so you can come and tell it to the people out there. It's a beautiful thing.
You could be 0 and 10. We don't care.
Yeah.
Because it's not about that.
Yeah. It's about the journey. And speaking of journey, it's been quite a journey with the lovely Kiki. We almost 2 years in. You know,
just think about it. That's right. Yeah. I didn't even realize that.
See,
because this March, June will be 2 years.
There you go. See, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Same you do for me.
Wow. 2 years in. Wow. And we missed y'all last week. We haven't had a show in about a week.
Yeah, I know.
Every week. We missed last week, so we did miss y'all. Hope y'all missed us. But look, we saved the best. Now this week we had a great show. We came back with a bang.
That's right. And yeah, I couldn't come on last week. Kiki punched me in my left eye right here.
Stop telling people I hit you.
And we couldn't come on the show because my eye was black, y'all. So
they really gonna start thinking that. Stop telling them that.
But real talk.
We don't do that.
We really appreciate you guys for coming through. Every week, me and Kiki, we put in the work to get these young fighters, young athletes on the show. And you know, it's a beautiful thing. So
yeah, and we working on next week's show. So I'm just waiting for the confirmation. So we working on that.
That's right.
Come back with another banger.
What another what?
With another banger.
Say that word again.
Come back with another banger.
Okay.
How you want me to say it?
I just was mind the way you were saying it.
Oh, I ain't say. I know we about to close. I forgot to say our stuff. Make sure if y'all still in here, make sure y'all have hit that like button tonight. If you new to the channel, again, hit the subscribe button. Please don't leave out of here without hitting that subscribe button or the like button. And then if you aren't already, make sure you are following us on all our social media platforms at Live with Liteskin Lou Show, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Just make sure y'all follow us. And we thank y'all again for tuning in tonight. Thank you for rocking with us week after week. And we really, really thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We appreciate y'all support a lot. And like Lou said, we're going on 2 years almost with the show. So we really appreciate all y'all support. Without y'all and the guests, it would be no us. So we appreciate y'all.
I like the way you said that. I like it. Like I always say what Jay-Z said, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us. And we truly, truly appreciate it. Special shout out to my guy, Wilbert Gatrell. Sarge, No Help Wednesday. That's my guy, Sarge, man. We truly appreciate you for stepping through, man. This is the longest. Kiki,
Tiffany
this is the longest. Yeah, Tiffany paid.
Your coworker.
Yeah. Oh, Bullets. He's still with the company, but he moved to Florida. That's my guy. Yeah,
Mel,
man.
Kevin, Ron. I'm not sure. Is that somebody from your job?
No, I think that's Shoo cousin.
Okay, Ron. DJ Styles, thanks for the super chat. We had Juan in here. He came in late, but he came in and spoke, so that was good. Thanks, Juan. Bullet Silent Strat, Timothy Bunch. Who else? What do you say? Nate Baby. What's her name? Nate Baby.
Yeah,
I think it's Nate Baby. I like that.
Yeah.
Nate Baby. Mike Sermonero. Shout out to Mike. Thanks for tuning in. He has, if y'all remember, the Adorno brothers that was in here before have been in here several times. They're NBA champion, America's champions as well. Joseph Adorno has a big fight coming up March 27th. So y'all tune
That's
into that.
soon.
Yeah, March 27th. He has a
Yeah,
big fight against, what's the guy's name? You got
Nicholas Walters.
Is that his name?
Yeah, he was a world champion before. Nicholas, yeah, he lost to his only loss was to Lomachenko.
I thought Mike had that.
Yeah, he had it up.
No,
Let
it's
me
on
see.
Team Blueprint. I'm looking at the
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all follow Team Blueprint 7. They building their page up. I thought it was on here. Okay, he's fighting Joseph Adorno versus Nicholas Walters.
Yep, Nicholas Walters. Yep.
Yeah, 10 rounds lightweight championship. This is on March 27th. So make y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tune into that fight.
That's right. It's going down. It's going down.
Mm-hmm.
What's that way say? Mr. Who? Mr. I can't even, I can't even really see it.
Mr. Giancarlo.
What's up, champ? Thank you for tuning in. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Thanks for tuning in. And make sure if you missed the interview, not sure if you was here for the whole thing, but if you missed it, make sure you go back and replay it. It was a great, great interview. And we thank you for coming in and tuning in with us. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you can stay tuned in and notified when we're on or when we're posting. Follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Thanks for coming on.
That's right. Hey, Kiki, you know what I just noticed?
What?
I just noticed that this dude behind me right here, that's me.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know that was me. I was like, damn, that dude looks like me.
Y'all, it's time to go because he's making up stuff to say now.
Hey, DJ Styles, I had to move to my right to see.
He's making up stuff to say. Only a light-skinned dude would have a picture of himself behind him while they on the show.
That's me right there.
Only a light-skinned dude would do that.
Oh man, I love what we do, man. I love what we do.
Me too.
Yeah. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. We still in here hanging, knowing that my Lakers about to take on the Sacramento Kings, and I'm still up here chopping it up with you guys.
No, knowing that we gotta go to work tomorrow because you ain't even gonna see the game. You're gonna be asleep in about 10 minutes.
Oh man.
Yes, he is a fool. You right.
That's right. Hey, you know me, Styles. Hey, look, DJ Styles, you know me forever, champ. You know how I get down, champ. You already know. But no, we really appreciate you guys. I joke around a lot, but no, seriously, we appreciate you guys for tuning in, staying locked into the channel. Kiki gonna be posting what the next show, who we gonna have on. She waiting for the confirmation. So make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday at 8:30. I'm pretty sure Kiki don't know what it is right now, but I'm pretty sure when she does, it's gonna be another barn burner.
I know what it is. I just got to get the confirmation.
You gotta get the confirmation.
Yeah, I know what it is before you know what it is.
Yeah, whatever, John. Whatever.
I do.
Yeah.
I sets it up and then I tell you.
Yeah. And that part right there. Yeah, y'all said it. She sets it up and she tells me. So when she tells me, we gonna tell y'all, and that's the way we gonna roll. Special shout out to my big bro, Julius Top Dog Peterson. I know you in here. I know you got that bomb in your hand.
Your friend said I told you.
Yeah, you see how she put me on the spot, champ? But I like that. She keeps me in order because I need that, champ. I be flying off the rail, man. For real.
That's from that sugar you be eating late at night.
She ain't telling all my business.
You told it.
But no, thank you guys. We will see you guys next week at 8:30.
Is it the 13th?
Yeah, the day is the 6th. So yeah, March 13th. Okay. Make sure y'all tune
March
in.
13th.
That's right. And we up out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading all knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.